It has been a bit since the last event of Marble Express, but what a time to be back as we are in the second to last event, the penultimate event of Marble Express, meaning that these is really one of the last time the marbles could get a chance to reach the top. Currently, El Congreo is still in the lead, but Soundwave has been catching up. Werewolf in third, Mystic Breeds fall down to fourth, Gold Dragon fifth, Black Magic jumped up 7 spots to 6th. This event, we have Funnel Marathon. We're going to, it's the funnel endurance track. It's shortened, though, just the orange funnels and one of the medium-sized vortex, not the vortex, the just slower ones. And 8 rounds of that, and the winner, after the one with the most points, you get 16 points per winning, 15 points for getting second, 14 for third, 13 for fourth, and so on and so forth. And the one with the most points after 8 rounds will be the winner of this event. As we're starting off with the first heat, of course, every marble is going down at the same time. I don't know if I mentioned that at the start. As you can see, currently, no marbles stay up. It looks like Gambler and El Cangrejo, a bunch of big contenders, are at the bottom looking, but it looks like currently Autumn Fox and Dory Mixer. Autumn Fox around the middle of the pack. Dory Mixer very much in the back of the pack. Gold Dragon actually now might split down as El Cangrejo was already down. As Gambler will get down next, followed by, looks to be Robot, but as you see at the top, Dory Mixer has a pretty clear, distant lead. Autumn Fox and Il Jalor, though, trying to get some competition. Soundwave is trying to stay on for as long as they can. But now it looks like Gold Dragon is on in the second place. But it looks like Dory Mixer still has a big lead, and now there are only 4 marbles left. Soundwave getting a pretty solid score. It looks like Gold Dragon and Dory Mixer are in the same funnel. It looks like they've been one's game. Either of them are spinning, and they are all the same. Looks like Gold Dragon has a slightly better angle than Dory Mixer, and yes, Gold Dragon will win the first round. Gold Dragon pretty high up the standings. This could be huge, especially if they could keep this level of consistency throughout. But of course, it is only the first round. Anything can happen in the remaining 7 rounds. Dory Mixer had it mostly in lock for most of the rounds, for most of it, but couldn't keep it in the end. Meanwhile, El Cangrejo starting off terribly in last out, barely getting a top half finish. And the other top contenders, Werewolf, didn't do the best. Got 9th. Mystic Marine 3rd. Really good for result there, Mystic Marine, but most importantly, Gold Dragon winning him. Dory Mixer, a very necessary jump if they want to avoid the relegation plan. As you can see, there are 8 rounds, like I said earlier, and these are just the results after one of them. Still 7 more to go. What do you think is will happen? El Cangrejo could win the next 7 rounds and still come out on top just because they got last here. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to get last in this event, as we have round 2 to get us started with. And now the same 60 marbles. It is same course. You just got to wonder if, you know, some marbles are saving their energy towards the later rounds, or if some of them are trying to, like, spread them across evenly around all 8 rounds, or, like, what the strategy is, because you can immediately see compared to the first round, it looks like Black Magic is plummeting right now, but Gold Dragon still looks to be at the top, so Gold Dragon looks to be the last one at the top. There again, wasn't the first round. We did see Dory Mixer kind of not win, but still, that was a second place performance. Dory Mixer had a lead for most of the things. You gotta admit, it looks like Soundwave might already be the first one down, and yes, Soundwave is the first one down. That's good for El Cangrejo, who is currently sitting near the top, looking to be in 3rd so far, although bit of a contact. Dory Mixer and Gold Dragon are near the top again, although Dory Mixer, as I say that, has fallen down a bit. Now Gambler looking to try to disturb Gold Dragon. Not quite. Robot also may be in the mix as well. I see a lot of marbles falling down. Importantly, Mystic Marine and Werewolf both not really doing well. El Cangrejo is now dropped. Gold Dragon is dropped too. Looks like the red marbles, Robot and Gambler, have been taking the front, although Blue Falcon maybe to disrupt that? No. It looks like Robot had a bit of a better angle with back contact, kind of like attracted him like a magnet there, and he saw like the orbit and kind of messed that up a bit as the Gambler got the advantage there, getting the win. But, you know, bit of a shake-up last round. You see how things are. Not a good round there for Soundwave at all. El Cangrejo, you know, that was a pretty good bounce back, especially compared to the last round. Did need a 7th place. It's not much, but 10 points. It could be something in the future. But as you see, Gambler with the win. And it was Gold Dragon had it at the start, but just kind of kept plummeting, even lost it out nearly at the end. And other bigger names in the Gambler, Robot, Blue Falcon, not very active in the first round. Neither was someone like Black Magic. As you see the standings, Gold Dragon and Dora Mixer still hold on to the top two, although Fearless Phoenix has now jumped up into third. Mystic Marine has fallen down a bit to fourth. Blue Falcon now in fifth. Black Magic sixth. Gambler seventh. And Robot eighth. Yeah, as you see, the top four all did not do really well in the first round, although... So they are still not, like, in the top, but they are still pretty good in the bottom end of the top half, as we now are into round 3. And obviously this first funnel is a very different experience from the other ones. It is a slower start. It's much more contact heavy and much more focused on the draft. But you know, with 60 marbles there, I don't know how much of that really matters, how much strategy you'd usually put into it. I don't know how chaotic it is. It looks like Black Magic and Werewolf, though, are clearly at the top. It looks like Angel Lore might already be down. That's also Fearless Phoenix that's there as well. Dora Mixer and Gold Dragon are notably also down near the bottom, as Dora Mixer is got 14th that round. That's pretty big. But as you can see, Soundwave now at the top trying to redeem themselves from last round. And Super Shark, I think, has fallen off the track. Super Shark will get 1 point, will get last. That is good news for everybody, I'm assuming, because, well, you're gonna get an extra point. Everyone that already finished is basically getting an extra point, pretty much. It looks like it's a Black Magic versus Soundwave fight. Rebels that have proven themselves, and Gambler stepped into third, trying to be more consistent. Black Magic up also did pretty well. Soundwave, I think, was down all the way in last after the second round, so maybe doing something good would help. It looks like Black Magic and Gambler are fighting up at the last funnel, and that's a beautiful angle by Soundwave. Maybe a bit, but speed, though, it was a bit fast. It was a really good angle, but it was a bit too much speed into it, and Gambler, taking things slow and steady, was able to get a contact with Soundwave and get the win from that round. But you see a lot of bigger names up higher in the standings. Fearless Phoenix, Dora Mixer, Gold Dragon not really performing at the best. Gold Dragon actually got 6th still, so I was wrong about that. Really pulled up through in that final funnel. But you see at the top, Gambler, though, after getting a really good last round, is going to win this round. And that is huge. In fact, it's won the last 2 rounds, but it's still not ahead of Gold Dragon, who has gotten, I believe that's top 5 every single round. That is very big, as Super Shark has tumbled into last place after tumbling off the course. Now we are into round 4. We are almost we're almost at the halfway mark. As you can see, now the median. Look at that. We're trying to maybe see some marbles are already getting tired, or maybe some of them are still really going to try to shine now, but it is a bit more of a sample size to really see how average performance is. And you see right there, looks like at the top, it looks like there's a big chunk of funnels at the bottom. It looks like that is Soundwave, Zomball. It's actually Fearless Phoenix, I think that is first one to drop. Then Mystic Marine. Both of the marbles that were struggling in the previous round that were doing well in the standings up. But then Autumn Fox is the last one into the first orange funnel. Up till now, it's been pretty quiet, although Gold Dragon, we know he's not been very quiet this event at all. He's now spinning at the top in the lead currently, although maybe now Werewolf wants a bit of it. Werewolf has been not that eventful this event so far, but is sitting up high in the standings. Autumn Fox also has been pretty silent as well down there, and it looks like, I'm not sure, is that Black Magic? I can't really tell for the sitting. It is Black Magic. Gold Dragon is down, I believe, in 5th. Now there's only 4. Zomball down. That's Black Magic. Werewolf and Autumn Fox. Look at the lead Autumn Fox has amounted to. Werewolf, I'm not sure anyone could stall on for that long. Not even sure, the best funnel marbles of all time could stall long enough to have Autumn Fox drop before, Werewolf did in that round. And that is a pretty big statement round for a lot of these, people that are kind of fighting for something in the standings and but been pretty quiet. Black Magic, of course, had that one round. It hasn't really done much sense. It feels like every other round Black Magic really performs. 3rd place there. Werewolf hasn't really done much of anything so far this event in 2nd, but really needs to step up their game if they want to cement their spots as one of the top contenders. Looks like that's what they're trying to do. Autumn Fox around the mid-pack of the standings, winning around there. At the bottom, Mystic Marine and Fearless Phoenix are continuing to struggle. Gambler has fallen down. Looks like the 2 wins, that would cut a lot of energy out of them. Kind of had to take a little bit of a breather here. After this, there is a little bit of a break to calm down a bit, as now Gold Dragon still has the lead, but it's only 3 points now. It's Black Magic in 2nd. Okay. I actually underestimated how they did in round 3. They did really good round 3, really only struggled in round 1. Currently holding it the 2nd, as Werewolf in 3rd with 43. Autumn Fox and Dory Mixer are in fourth, but because Autumn Fox has won a round, Dory Mixer's only got second. They were tied. Autumn Fox is ahead. And then there's Gambler, Blue Falcon, and Robot rounding out the top half. At the bottom, though, Super Shark, Fearless Phoenix started off really well. It's been on a downward spiral since then. And that really shows that the first round, one round of being good, it's really all about consistency here, considering that really only a couple points separate first from third or fourth. So really, it's all about consistency, being consistently near the top instead of just relying on like one or two really good rounds to propel you up the standings. That is the recipe for success, as we have seen from someone like Black Magic or Gold Dragon, who have been just consistently pulling out amazing results. And, you know, at the bottom, Blue Falcon is currently sitting at the bottom. It looks to already almost be down. Looks like no one's going to join Blue Falcon, and Blue Falcon is gone. Meanwhile, Super Shark, realizing that they are last in the standings, is going to try to pick up, but looking bad contact there. Dory Mixer, Speedy Sheriff, and Gold Dragon now into that mix. Autumn Fox is now down. El Congreo hasn't been really doing much of anything this event. And as the leader, that is very disappointing. Looks like Speedy Sheriff, someone that I think's been pretty average so far overall. I don't really remember much about him, but I was dominating this round right now. Soundwave looks to be in second. The fight for second's going to be pretty big. Werewolf, Black Magic, and Soundwave. 3 marbles in the upper echelon of the standings. And wanting to make a mark here, Black Magic will end up getting second. Add on to their campaign for the lead. I think Gold Dragon was struggling a bit. One of the Gold Dragon's weaker rounds for sure. That could be huge for Black Magic, but as you see, Speedy Sheriff, no one even close, will get the win for this round. An absolutely insane performance by Speedy Sheriff. Honestly, might have even been more dominant than Autumn Fox. Super Shark, of course, started out the first funnel, was the last one up the first funnel, but immediately Speedy Sheriff made great contact there to push Super Shark down. Super Shark ended up only getting 6th, and Zomball only getting 5th. And it is a bit of a shame, but that is how it happened. To see the final 3. Look, the Black Magic has taken over. It's taken over Gold Dragon, who is taken above, who is in Werewolf is now in 3rd with Dory Mixer, Gambler, Soundwave, and Soundwave is divided to 6th, Zomball in 7th. As we are now in round 6 for Funnel Marathon, with only 2 rounds left to go. 3 rounds left to go, I'm sorry. After this, there will only be 2 rounds of rallies, only 3 rounds. A bit of a jam to start off the race. They all just kind of get themselves sorted out, though. And now we are off and we are rolling. Zomball, the first one down. Then Super Shark. Super Shark, I guess, realizing that staying up long wasn't that much of an advantage, and maybe just trying to go the opposite of that. Who knows what Super Shark trying to do? Pretty experimental. The strategy, though, is very much not working at the top. It looks like the Old Dragon was up there. Gambler and Fearless Phoenix. Gambler had those back-to-back first places, but outside of that, has been pretty quiet throughout the event. Then it's El Congrejo, and then it's Werewolf down next. El Congrejo has been really struggling this event, and with Soundwave doing pretty decently, might be a big tide in the championship. El Congrejo really needs to pick up the pace if they want to not do that. Or Mixer started off as one of the top contenders and has now fallen. Kind of dropped a bit. Mystic Marine and Fearless Phoenix have been really struggling this event. Had a couple good runs, like 1 or 2 good runs for both of them. But other than that, been really struggling. Now they have claimed the top 2. Black Magic and Gold Dragon, the 2 top contenders of it easily. Black Magic has the lead currently on Gold Dragon, and will be 1 spot ahead of Gold Dragon in this event, in this round. It looks like Mystic Marine will get the win, unless back contact. A little interesting contact there. A little bit of a very sharp angel for Mystic Marine, probably trying to save energy for the last 2 rounds. But very interesting angle, and there was a bit of contact there by Gold Dragon and not Gold Dragon, Fearless Phoenix and Mystic Marine on that final funnel. I don't know if we'll see it on the replay, but it was very interesting to see. And Autumn Fox is hanging on there in 5th, Gambler 6th, Soundwave 7th, Super Shark in 8th, and El Congrejo, Werewolf bottom 2. Not good for those 2 at all. You know, and you see Black Magic still holding on to the lead. Gold Dragon still in 2nd. Werewolf still in 3rd, although now is very vulnerable. Both Gambler and Autumn Fox, Soundwave, Dory Mixer, pretty much anyone, even Speedy Sheriff, you could say is in reasonable. The 3rd place is very up for grabs. The top 2 are very far ahead, but that 3rd place spot, it could go to anyone. Werewolf has to watch their back to make sure that they still have that third place spot to keep it in check. You know, especially after struggling that round, and a lot of other people close did pretty well. We enter the penultimate round, the second to last round of the second to last event of Marble Express. Blue Falcon and Soundwave are down first. Soundwave, of course, they're on top. It looks like Gold Dragon still up there at the top. Mystic Marine, Autumn Fox, and Gold Dragon. There's Natsu Gambler and Gold Dragon. It looks like, I'm not sure it got down. It looks like that is Autumn, that's El Congreo, and then Soundwave. Soundwave was in that big, it's kind of in that big fight for third. That has to be at least somewhat interesting for Werewolf. And it was, as soon as, speaking of the devil, just falls down now. Autumn Fox and Gambler are fighting for third. It looks like Gambler is doing a better job between the two, though Autumn Fox is definitely making a last stand in that final funnel. Finally drops. I'm not sure if that is a top half finish or not. Black Magic and Gambler and Gold Dragon. 3 marbles that have been very familiar in the top 3 for a while now this event. They seem to be climbing their way back up there again. Looks like Gold Dragon, though, has a surmountable lead. Gambler has dropped, and then so has Black Magic. Black Magic has also dropped Super Shark and Blue Falcon. Super Shark has had a couple of rounds, has also had a couple really bad rounds. Blue Falcon, I'm not sure I've really talked about Blue Falcon much at all this event. We'll sneak up all the way to second, but Gold Dragon, there was really no competition there for the win. Gold Dragon clearly still has a lot in the tank. Although there is still one more round after this, the final round is the battle for third. Very interesting what this will do. Gambler might steal the third away from someone like Autumn Fox. Werewolf and Soundwave almost certainly don't have it, especially with how close it is. Speedy Sheriff might also be making their case for a third place position. Blue Falcon, Super Shark, although let's see if they could have some interesting moves to play. And Blue Falcon in 9th. Super Shark in 11th, but Black Magic still has a 2-point lead over Gold Dragon. Gambler now has stealing 3rd from Autumn Fox, Werewolf, and Speedy Sheriff. Dory Mixer in 7th, and it looks like Soundwave rounded up the top 8. We are now in the final round. Anything can happen in this final round. It looks like a battle for gold between Gold Dragon and Black Magic is in action. And a 3rd place fight is also in action. Any spot on the podium is for grabs. Probably not going to Soundwave, though, as they have fallen down into the first orange funnel first. Not what you want to do. Black Magic and Gold Dragon both still in that first funnel. Though, as I say that, Black Magic drops into the first orange. And it looks like the 3 marbles still spinning in that first orange, in the first funnel. Gold Dragon, I think, was the last one. No, Phoenix was the last one down. Who was the first one down? Looks like a couple red marbles. One of them being Gambler. Of course, Gambler is one of the few red marbles. Gambler gets a nice contact, though. It'll be Robot, Soundwave. I think that's, I don't know who that is. Is that Werewolf? I'm not sure from that lighting. But it looks like Soundwave. Black Magic down. Gambler now Congreo down. Gold Dragon is still very high up. I'm pretty sure, with a very much confidence, that Gold Dragon has won the event. Black Magic is down and was only 2 points ahead of Gold Dragon, and that is a much more than a 2 marble difference. So I think Gold Dragon will be the winner of this event. Very clutch gold from Gold Dragon, but I don't think Gold Dragon will be the one to win this round unless no, he was. Autumn Fox was doing really well, really pulled through, especially in the second half of this event. Really showed up and when it mattered most. Might have a shot. Was having a shot at third with a bunch of other key contenders for third, falling down. Autumn Fox might have taken it, although I'm not 100% confident. As you can see, Super Shark got 4th, Angel Lore 3rd, Speedy Sheriff 5th, but Gambler 10th. Werewolf 14th, Soundwave 12th, El Congreo 9th. Robot got the final last place, which, you know, showing how their season's been going, pretty fitting for their performance. But of course, I think the win, we are pretty certain on who's won this event, is Gold Dragon, and we know that Black Magic's on 2nd, but Autumn Fox will over 4 points over Gambler, who is only 2 points ahead of Speedy Sheriff. So those will be your top 3 as you look at the final standings. 103 points. Gold Dragon will get the gold, and Black Magic in 2nd with 95. Big gap down there, but a big gap between Black Magic and Autumn Fox for 3rd. And then there's Gambler, Speedy Sheriff, Dory Mixer, Fearless Phoenix, Super Shark to round out the top half as we move on to the podium ceremony. So congratulations to Gold Dragon for getting the gold, Black Magic for getting the silver, and Autumn Fox for getting the bronze in one of the most crucial events of this season. It's actually insane. Now, we on to the final. Santanix Gold Dragon is taking the lead, and Rolf is still in second from El Cangrejo. Soundwave is in fourth, El Cangrejo down to third, and Mystic Marine in fifth, Black Magic in sixth. Those are the only 6 marbles that can win. Only 6 marbles can win. And I'm assuming everyone down to the 11th podium as we move on to the final event. Only 6 marbles can win to the final event, which is Snow Mountain. But before that, we have to go to the Caboose to do the Caboose Funnel Marathon. I am Sam. This has been a great event. As always, goodbye.